number 4 of Jerry Stewart. Outside row number 1 from Lake Isabella, California. That's the C5 of Wayne Kaufman. Inside of Kaufman on the point for heat race number 1. The 68S of Billy the Kid Simpkins. That is your lineup for heat race number 1 for the Pro Stock division. Side by side, lights are out. Green flag this time by. We're underway with heat race number 1 for the Western State Pro Stocks. Down on the bottom side goes Billy the Kid Simpkins. Wayne Kaufman gets good drive off the high side of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Kaufman leads by 2 cars going into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, leading lap number 1 is going to be the C5 of Wayne Kaufman. Billy the Kid Simpkins in the number 2 spot. Jerry Stewart running third. And that beautifully prepared Countryside Kitchen number 4 machine trying to look underneath Billy Simpkins as they go into turn number 3. Billy Simpkins through the center of 3 and 4. Jerry Stewart down in the gutter. Can't get the drive off the corner. Once again, leading lap number 2 is going to be the C5 of Wayne Kaufman. Then you'll pick up the 68S of Billy Simpkins, Jerry Stewart, Dakota Schweitzer, Clay Daly up to the number 5 spot, Ryan Smith and Chris Smith rounding out the field. Lap number 3 goes to Wayne Kaufman once again as we have Billy Simpkins still in the number 2 spot. Jerry Stewart gets a little push in the center of 1 and 2, losing ground to Billy Simpkins down the back straightaway. Here comes Clay Daly in that number 11, just slinging it high on the outside of turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway he goes. Keep your eyes on that man, the 11M. That is Clay Daly, starting in the back of the field, making his way through halfway of the field. Halfway through this one, 4 laps down, 4 laps remaining for Wayne Kaufman. Coming to the stripe, it's 5 down this time by Wayne Kaufman. Billy the Kid Simpkins is still in the number 2 spot, no change up front. Jerry Stewart and Clay Daly rounding out that top 4. Dakota Schweitzer still back there running 5th. Ryan Smith and Chris Smith rounding out the field.
You know, John, taking a look at the racetrack right now, watching who's running where, the track really starting to come to Clay Daly as he reels these guys in. Look at the top side, already starting to develop a very thick, heavy cushion, and that's where Daly's got that right rear tire right up against that thick, heavy stuff.
As you can notice, Clay Daly, as the white flag comes out one more time around, Clay Daly is out there, the only car with a leaf spring rear end chassis. Everyone else on a 3-link system, just like your Sport Mod division. This is a 3-link rear ends. As they come to the stripe, this time checkered flag in the air. Wayne Kaufman's going to pick up heat race number 1 for the C&D Bonding Contracting Western State Pro Stocks. Billy Simpkins in the number 2 spot. Jerry Stewart, Clay Daly finishing 4th. Ryan Smith 5th, Dakota Schweitzer, and Chris Smith rounding out the field.
Yeah, I got the paperwork in for the C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding Western Pro Stocks. Your point standing is as follows. The 21 JT of Justin Crockett has over a 100-point lead over Billy Simpkins in 2nd. 3rd is Chris Clinton. Ryan Smith is in 4th. And Jerry Stewart moved up into the 5th spot. Last race they had, Chris Smith won the 5-star graphics. Chris Clinton won the hard charger. And Liam Myers won the $50 certificate to Cool Hand Luke's.
This is our 2nd and final heat race for the Pro Stock division here tonight. As you see the black flag being administered to Dakota Schweitzer for some retaliation on the back stretch with the 250 of Ryan Smith. I didn't quite see what happened for there to be retaliation. I know they had some history previously in the last race here.
It must have been that, because I saw nothing in that last heat race that warranted anything like that.
No, that...
John, take us through the lineup here for heat race number 2.
Heat race number 2, outside road number 3 from Santa Maria, California. It's the X11 of Tim Randolph. Inside of Randolph from Bakersfield, California, the 87 of Chris Clinton. Outside row number 2 from Bakersfield, California, the A1 Spring and Supply number 13 of Jerry Flippo. Inside from Arroyo Grande, California, the 21 JT of Justin Crockett. Outside row number 1, it's Blazin' Brady Bell in the 54. On the point from Burbank, California, the 77 of Scott Bartels. That is your lineup. 6 cars, 8 laps, lights out. Green flag this time off of turn number 4. We go green. It's Scott Bartels on the point. Here comes Blazin' Brady Bell. Big time move on the high side of turns 1 and 2. Gets good drive off the corners. Going to bring Jerry Flippo with him. Down the back straightaway they go. Blazin' Brady Bell on the high side once again in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Justin Crockett in that 21 JT machine up to the number 3 spot. But lap number 1 goes to the 54 of Brady Bell.
Track looking really good. Multiple lines going into turn 1. Brady Bell on the high side, Flippo on the middle, and Crockett on the bottom as they're coming out of turn number 4. Bell keeping the lead.
I'm going to say right now, Bell's going to be the guy to beat in this one. That car looks like it's working to near perfection so far, the number 54 machine. Flippo trying to run him down behind, but watch the 11 car. He's moved from deep in the field, now challenging for the number 3 spot, running door-to-door with Justin Crockett.
That is the sister car to Clay Daly's, is Tim Randolph's in that X11 machine. So that is another Leaf Spring car doing very well early on these heavy conditions here at the Bakersfield Speedway for night number 2 of the 34th Annual Budweiser Nationals.
Brady Bell, they're almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 for second spot as Justin Crockett takes over second. Jerry Flippo falls back to third, but he might lose that to Timmy Randolph. Randolph taking the 3rd spot, and Flippo flying back to 4th.
Here comes Justin Crockett in that 21 JT trying to make some ground up on Brady Bell as he has 5 laps down, 3 laps remaining. You can see him drive that car nice and straight through the corners in 1 and 2. Gets good drive as Brady Bell is driving a little bit harder. You can see him trying to drive it in a little bit further than Justin Crockett in turns 3 and 4, able to hold him off once again for lap number 6.
Crockett and Bell using very different lines on the entry of turns 1 and 2. That's where Crockett's making up his difference right now. On the entry, he dives down to the bottom of turn 3 and 4 underneath Bell. He's going to get by Bell, and he's going to bring the 11 with him. 3-car battle now for the lead as Crockett leads that time around. Now they're going to swap lines through turns 1 and 2. Bell on the bottom, Crockett on the high side. Crockett drives away from him.
Crockett gets all kinds of drive down the back straightaway. You see that thing up on the bar once again coming off of turn number 4. Checker flag in the air. Justin Crockett taking heat race number 2 for the Western Pro Stock Division. Brady Bell in the number 2 spot. Timmy Randolph finishing 3rd. 4th, Jerry Flippo. 5th, Chris Clinton. And rounding out the field in the 77 is Scott Bartels.
Yesterday when we had our podcast, we were talking about this, and the first thing we said, Brady Bell going to be on the high side, Justin Crockett going to be in the gutter. And what happened?
That's exactly what happened right there. You know what? If anybody's going to prove you wrong in that division, it's going to be Justin Crockett. I said I didn't think anybody was going to catch Bell watching the first half of the race. Justin Crockett says, watch this.
He said, hold my beer.
Unbelievable job of driving.
Yeah, speaking of unbelievable job, I'm looking out at the hobby stocks that are coming out right now. The 35 car, Johnny Wood, yesterday.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything from the front bumper to the driver's cockpit. Kyle Wood and the team went over there, did some heavy work, changed some spindles, changed some arms, changed everything under the sun on that car to get it back out here.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out from the broadcast right now and let you guys take this because I love watching this division. I'm going to step outside and watch these guys.
Out on the track, heat race number 1, outside row number 4, the 38cc of James Coots. Inside the 44 of the real deal Rick Childress. Outside row number 3 from Chowchilla, California, the 44A of Austin Van Hoff. Inside of Van Hoff from Lakeside, California, the 5 of Jeremy Wiley. Outside row number 2 from Bakersfield, California, the 48X of Austin Manzella. Inside from Wasco, the number 91 of Marcus Wonkum. Outside row number 1 is the 26S of Chad Johnson. Inside on the point for heat race number 1 for the H&S Body Works Hobby Stocks. Heat race number 1, the 35 of Johnny Wood. So Johnny Wood on the point for heat race number 1. On his outside, Chad Johnson. Keep an eye on that front row. Chad Johnson was on a mission last night in night number 1 of the Budweiser Nationals. The lights are out. We'll get the green time side by side at the cone. It's good. Green flag is in the air. We're underway with the H&S Body Works Hobby Stocks heat race number 1. Good drive from the 26 of Steve Johnson. Or that's Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson, the number 26.
Yeah, Chad Johnson running the 26. Oh, Johnny Wood getting loose in front of everybody. If you look back, that blue 44 machine of Rick Childress, that is an asphalt car. He just figured he'd come out and have fun with the family and run the car tonight. Problems with the 5. Oh, Coots coming up on the white tire.
Jeremy Wiley and James Coots get together off of turn number 2. Real deal Rick Childress up into the fence off of turn number 2. But out front, it is all the 26S of Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson has about 5, 6, 8 cars in over the 48X of Austin Manzella. Just getting by the 35 of Johnny Wood running in the number 3 spot. Then you'll pick up the 91 of Marcus Wonkum running in 4th. Rounding out that top 5 is the 44A of Austin Van Hoff. So Steve Johnson, or that is Chad Johnson. Steve Johnson drove that car all year in 2019. Gave the reins over to his dad, Chad Johnson, and he's going to pilot it here for night number 2 of the Budweiser Nationals. He's leading on lap number 4. 4 laps down, 4 laps remaining for the 26S of Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson getting a great run on the other half of that one. James Coots in the 38cc struggling on this track today. Falls back behind Rick Childress, and he's looking and seeing that 26S coming up quick on him.
Chad Johnson still on the backside, going down the back straightaway now off of turn number 4, coming to the stripe this time by 6 laps in the books, 2 laps remaining for the 26S of Chad Johnson. Austin Manzella still in the number 2 spot, picks up a push in the center of 1 and 2 in the 48X. Johnny Wood running in that number 3 spot. Running 4th is the 91 of Marcus Wonkum from Owasco, California. White flag in the air one more time around for the 26S of Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson smooth sailing through the middle of 1 and 2. Sees Childress and Coots in front of him. Looked up to his team and they said, "You've got plenty of lead. Be cool about it." And that's what's going on as he's going to come get the checkered flag for heat race number 1 of the H&S Bodyworks Hobby Stocks.
Good drive from Chad Johnson in the 26S machine. That is RPM Race Collision, Skinny's Automotive number 26S, picking up heat race number 1. Austin Manzella picking up the number 2 spot. And Johnny Wood, Jay Wood in the number 35. The hard work paid off as he picked up the number 3 podium spot in the white and blue 35 of G Wood, Johnny Wood.
Yeah, while we got a little break in the action, I want to give a happy birthday to 11-year-old Veronica Pinion. Happy birthday, Bugs, from Mom, Dad, Papa, AJ, Jessica, and they said we love you. And we'd also like to give a happy 12th birthday to Josiah. Josiah, happy birthday from your family. Happy birthday, you guys.
Out on the track is heat race number 2 for the H&S Bodyworks Hobby Stock Division, outside row number 4 from right here in Bakersfield, California. It's the 80D of Dylan Wilson. Inside from Bakersfield, California, the 52 of Tyler Bannister. Outside row number 3, also from Bakersfield, the 8K of Dale Fry. Inside of Fry in the 52X, it's Jerry Flippo. Outside row number 2 from Oxnard, California, the 43 of Sam Garvin. Inside of Garvin from San Diego, California, the 81 of Brian Brown. Outside front row from right here in Bakersfield, the 74 of Wayne Dotson. Inside of Wayne Dotson, it's the Days Fabrication Skinny's Automotive number 2 of the Little Shoe, Kevin Irwin. So Kevin Irwin and Wayne Dotson on the point for heat race number 2 for the H&S Bodyworks Hobby Stock Division. That is a very, very quick front row. So keep an eye on Kevin Irwin and Wayne Dotson.
Also keep an eye on that 81 machine of Brian Brown. Brian Brown from San Diego running that car tonight. And if you want to get into a hobby stock, go take a look at that 81. It's for sale. And I'm pretty sure the guys that are putting that one up for sale wouldn't mind going back to San Diego a little lighter in the trailer. So go ahead and take a look. Maybe you can get home with a hobby stock.
That car ran very well last night in night number 1 for the Budweiser Nationals. Picking up a top 5. Did Brown in the number 81. Wayne.
Sam Garvin in that 43 machine from Ventura. Runs a lot of Ventura down there. Also representing Condon Motorsports. Condon Motorsports recently moved back east. But they're also racing for Lexi. And always on Team Lexi Brown.
As they're finishing up with packing the cushion. As all the cars were single file on the high side of the track. Making sure they get that cushion packed down so we can have a very wide racing surface throughout the entire night for night number 2 of the 34th Annual Budweiser Nationals. They're going to line up side by side. We'll get the one to go this time off of turn number 4. And we'll get green flag racing once again for the 34th Annual Budweiser Nationals. Brought to you by Salty's Barbecue and Catering.
Wayne Dotson, Kevin Irwin up front. Then you got 2 guys from out of town in row number 2. Then you've got Dale Fry and Jerry Flippo, row number 3.
You can see Jimmy the Shoe Irwin giving him the sign, 1 to go this time, so the lights will go out. Green flag next time off of turn number 4. It's Kevin Irwin and Wayne Dotson, your front row. Wayne Dotson in that number 74, Ethan Dotson Racing. On the inside, the 2 of the Little Shoe, Kevin Irwin on the point. Lights out on a hooked up racetrack here tonight. Night number 2 of the Budweiser Nationals, side by side. Green flag will fly at the cone. As we take a look, we go green. We're underway with heat race number 2 for the H&S Body Works Hobby Stock Division. Side by side into 1 and 2 they go. Dotson on the high side, Irwin on the bottom side. Through the center they go. Once again, side by side into